live. We've got so much to go over. It's going to be such a fun live. We'll probably have an early relaxation as well. But we have a lot to talk about. XRP in the short term. And first of all, I'd like to shout out Levi for sending me his illustration of his cup and handle in the short term. It highlights exactly what we've been talking about for that move up to near 64 cent area and then farther. But he did such a beautiful job. And back in February of this year, some of you might remember, he drew out a cup and handle that ended up playing out earlier this year. And that was when we had our most zealous run of the year that got us up into the mid-70s. So we're looking forward to seeing that potential play out again in the short term, as this is a short-term bullish setup. Now, once we get past the short term, we'll have to see how bullish or bearish we end up. But it's going to be pretty interesting going forward here. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about the fact that Bitcoin's up better than it was up at about 4.4% at the top today. But also, we'll talk about how the Fed confronts up to 1 million U.S. jobs vanishing in revision. Exact thing we talked about in February of this year. And it's like yesterday when we talked about this, about how it just made up numbers. And whatever they do a few months later, it'll be revised. And I guarantee that they weren't creating the jobs they were. But when it came out, nobody would acknowledge it. It was an 800,000 less job creation revision. That's the second largest revision in the history of the job, in the history of the CPI when it comes to the revision. So that's the second biggest revision ever on the jobs numbers. That's ridiculous how much they missed by. Then the Fed didn't even talk about it. Jerome Powell didn't bring it up. So it's pretty interesting when you look at this time in history what's actually going on. We've got Bitcoin, as we spoke. It's up about 3.88% at the current moment, up over 61,301, better than 2,287 bucks up on the day. I really don't think this surprises anybody in the audience. I really don't, because we've talked about this for, I feel like, until we're blue in the face. But we went down after 48K. We were ultra bullish, coming back over 52, 53. The moment we retook that 56,846, we were really bullish. And we knew this breakdown here, if we would have held 57,000 or 57,500, which we did, we never even came through it again. We're really bullish here to come back up into that 70,000 range if Bitcoin plays true. Now, could they reverse it right now? And Mt. Gox, the U.S. government, and all these other governments, and the hacks, and all this other stuff, could they reverse it? You better believe they could reverse it, and they could start selling, and, they could just manipulate it back down. But I'm going to tell you right now, it's the same thing I talked about yesterday with the Treasury. Don't discount what this means. When you see the Treasury has minted such a large amount of money, let's see. I don't know which one it is. Nope. Where the heck is my Treasury one? Did I delete the Treasury? I should not have deleted the Treasury. Maybe I did. Oh, I guess I deleted that one. I can't believe why. I don't know why I would have, but maybe I did. That is what it is. But the Treasury minted 1 billion on the 30th, or I mean on the 20th in USDT. So that tells us, holy crap, 1970 legend, a $49.99 donation. That is unbelievable to start this live. Wow. Wow. There's that pay it forward mentality that I so much believe in. But the Fed, 1 billion, I'll get to you in a sec. 1970 legend. Thank you so much for that. And also being in Tom's Army for your first month with the I told you, or I mean the emoji badge of me being abducted by aliens. Excellent. Excellent. I really appreciate it. And that is my face superimposed on there, my friend. I kid you not. That's circa 2018. Amber made me that. And if you're watching Out in the Abyss, that's well before my YouTube days. And I decided to honor her by making it my month one badge. I never knew we were going to grow into what we did, but we are growing into something special. Trading with Jay Ride, thanks for being in Tom's Army for 2+ years with the XP589 Moon Badge. Mark Caston, welcome in, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for 3 months plus with the XP Meteor. Apologize if I missed anybody else's. Marvin, Pump Master Flash, welcome in. So, and also with Bitcoin, we have this inverse head and shoulders. And we'll get to the intro. I just wanted to get through a couple things. I had a lot on my mind. I still have a lot of adrenaline going because my son had his physical therapy today, which he did rather well. So, you know, I'm up and at it. I'm ready to go. But that inverse head and shoulder seems to be playing out with Bitcoin as well. So, excellent, excellent indeed. XRP Ricky Ripple, welcome in and thanks for being in Tom's Army for 6+ months with the XRP predictor. So I think we're actually in pretty good shape right now. I think XRP is in good shape at the end of the day right now. Paul says, hey, Tom, I enjoy your podcast each day. Thanks for the TA and info, bro. You are welcome. You are welcome. I appreciate that, Pump Master Flash. Yeah, he's doing pretty well. You know, therapy's tough on him. He gets a little emotional, but he's gotten through it. He's doing it twice a week now, and then he starts his school back on the 3rd of September. So that'll just be more to it, but he strides for more. And we'll continue. Let's see. Real quick, Rob Holkelek, welcome in and thanks for being in Tom's Army for 6+ months with the XP Predictor. Here with my ears on. Hello, Tom and everybody. Welcome in, Rob. Appreciate that. JW, good evening and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 1 year with the I Told You So badge. He says, way in the back indeed. Coffee and Crypto, welcome in. Howdy, everyone. Hope you are all blessed. Appreciate that, my friend. John Hall, good evening. UK Phil, welcome in and thanks for being in Tom's Army for 6 months plus with the XRP Predictor. Greatly appreciate that continued support, my friend. Really, really do. Tanya, welcome in, love, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for well over a year with the I Told You So badge. One of the most popular members we've ever had is in the house. I kid you not. Mosey here, welcome in, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 6 months with the XRP Predictor. Ring Thane, welcome in. Jason Sutter, good evening, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 1 year with the I Told You. The I Told You So badge. Also shared the emote of the channel. I love it. I love it. I think that's everybody. I don't want to miss anybody, but I think that's everybody. If I miss somebody, Paul Antoine, welcome in. Hey, Tom. Oh, I already got you, but at least I tried again. Juan Brito Ortego, welcome in and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 3 months with the XRP Meteor. My friend, greetings from Angola offshore. Greetings, friend. Greetings. And Jorge, welcome in as well. I see you snuck on in here, Jorge. So, with that being said, make sure to hit the like button so YouTube will recommend this live. So we pop up in the recommendations by YouTube and we pop up in the news feed. Give everybody a chance to find our content. You got a few seconds at that like button. I'll catch you on the other side of this beautiful intro that Steven made us all the way back in July of 2021. Good evening, 6:31 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Wednesday, August 21st, 2024. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. Some of you know me as XRP Future Millionaire with the side bet on XLM and Future Digibite OG. I got a lot of things to talk about, but I got the most important thing to talk about right now in front of all of you, as a lot of people still have a lot of fear in the market still. Even though things are looking brighter, the comments continue to be XRP will fail, yada, yada, yada. So ladies and gentlemen, when I feel the vibe needs to come up from certain people, but most of you are doing fantastic, ladies and gentlemen, the sunny days are here again. Oh, sunny days. Oh, what a day. Oh, sunny days. Oh, what a day. I wear glasses 'cause I can't see a motherfucking thing. Happy days. Oh, happy days. Oh, what a day. Oh, happy days. Oh, what a day. XRP will reign supreme. Let's just not get caught in the FUD. Oh, we're gonna crash and we did, then we rose and we fell and we rose and we didn't, and Ripple sold and they bought and they sold and we don't know what's going on anymore. Stay true, stay blessed. Man, I love seeing the sun shared as well. That I love it. But yeah, I think that was one of the better ones. The drawing, the way it came out, I like the sun today. He's looking pretty swift indeed. Singing along at home, I am. Jorge, I love it. And just because, you know, we'll get out the bad actors as well. You know, I don't mind ever taking a second to get to where I'm going because I'm going to be here a while. But somebody actually turned this in. I sent it clean exactly one time at the time. One time I sang it like this and somebody turned it into this. Sunny days. Sunny days. Here again. Sunny days. Here again. That's right, Tanya. Sunny days. Here again. Sunny days. Here again. I wear glasses 'cause I'm so cool. I can predict the charts. Sunny days, here again. Sunny days, here again. Sunny days, here again. Sunny days. Join Tom's Army for $9.99 a month. Okay. Yes, Rob, I agree. The drawings are getting much, much better. In the beginning, I remember what they looked like. Is that Sinatra? Where? No. Thank you for that, Showstopper. Or Showstopper says you're the GOAT. I appreciate for that. Who said, is that Sinatra? Land Survey Matt, I appreciate that. Appreciate that. Thank you, everybody. I think that song's a banger as well. I mean, it's such history now. I remember the first time I sang it. You guys would not believe how many unfollowed. That first time I sang it, they're like, I'm certainly not going to take my crypto advice from some asshole who's singing about the sun. It's like, oh, you just had to wait because it became innovative. Just as innovative as that promotional intro as well that Steven made me back in 21 in July. I'll never forget that. That changed the course of this channel's history. If you need some more good news here, B2 Gold. Does everybody remember what I've been saying? And pounding the table about B2 Gold. When it went down to $2, and I know everybody wants to get the XRP, and so do I, but $2.41, I begged. I said, I'm not going to beg, but I'm going to beg for you to buy B2 Gold right now with me. I said, I am not a financial advisor. It's going down. Earnings, they got an overzealous earnings miss on earnings, but they beat revenue, which is all that really matters. The earnings were still fine. It was just under what they anticipated, the projection. I said it was a beautiful opportunity at $2.41. I hope that there's 2 people in my audience that took advantage of this. That's it. Just 2 people. Just 2 people. We bought this 10 days ago. And I said, ladies and gentlemen, this will be the easiest money you ever make, but you have to have testicular fortitude in the moment. I spent $7,274 at $2.41. Is that a big enough statement showing everybody? It's up 19.87%. Currently up $1,445 in the last 10 days. I often get asked, Tom, how can you survive outside of working a 9-to-5 if you haven't worked one in years? There's a big reason how, ladies and gentlemen. In 10 days, I was able to clear that kind of capital. How long does it take to make it? You know, that's what I mean. You need to take advantage of the moments. Now, $2.80 becomes a big moment here because if we are now bouncing off of it, the technical target's $3.36. And the only reason I started there is because last time I forgot, and I always forget because so many people don't like precious metals. We hit our technical target on our gold at 2005.26. Now we've been holding rather strong here, have a nice reversal. So if we can get on top of 25.26, our next move is 26.16. And we'll deal with that after because we got an explosive move if that cup and handle is actually breaking out right now. And we've already back tested a 44-year uptrending resistance breakout at 2,375. And it looks like we're on the races now. And now that the Fed is confirming for all intents and purposes that we're going back to quantitative easing, and they confirmed that with that tether being minted yesterday, $1 billion, just north of $1 billion was minted. and USDT, and they said rate cuts in September, don't wait for them to say we're back to quantitative easing. They're back to quantitative easing. When you expand the money supply by that amount and you say simultaneously you're going to cut rates next month, you don't got to tell me you're going back to quantitative easing. Just like back in the day when we went to quantitative tightening, I told you, get rid of it all. It's over. I don't care what you hold. Sell it all. Now it's the other way around. That's why yesterday I said, and just before the weekend, about the reversal, because there was the rumor of the tether being minted. And it was a big rumor. And then all of a sudden, when it actually got minted, oh, baby. It was actually a couple nights ago, I believe now. So it's something big is going on here. And you think it's any coincidence that Bitcoin went up 4% moments after Tether printed 1 billion, or the Treasury minted 1 billion in Tether? Do you think that's a coincidence? I don't. I really don't. We continue to devalue our US dollar. There's only one way this can end. Anybody who's got an IRA, anybody who's in a 401k, anybody who relies on a savings account or a retirement account or a pension that's in US dollars is going to get screwed. It may not be today, it may not be tomorrow, but over time it's already been happening. At a certain point we're going to hit a liquidity issue and it's all going to be gone or worthless. If we go down to 89 on the US dollar, right now it's at 101. What do you think happens to your pension? How far do you think your 401k is going to get you if year over year you're getting slaughtered? Every time they print money, aka the Treasury minting 1 billion in Tether, further devaluing the US dollar, they printed it through Tether because it can be created out of thin air, but it acts as a US dollar, which now further inflates the money supply. Tom, Warren Buffett all in on Sirius XM. It tanked all year and finally turning. Yeah, he sold out all of his Apple. Man, I haven't even thought of Sirius XM in a long time. I just hate what they did. At first they had the killer business model and they just flipped it into the land of fucking bullshit. Anyhow, but yeah, there's got to be a reason for that. I'm looking at, so we're going to get into this now. Sorry, I talked for a long time, but that's just who I am. So to get to what I know, you're going to have to get through what I am. And it's a good thing, because if you're new to this community, I'd like to welcome in the new members and the old members that have found their way back to the community. It's so important for me to go over this. Each part is so integral. The old members allowed me to create a community of my identity. Positivity over negativity. We're helpful, not hurtful. We bring out spirituality from time to time, not intentionally, but it's out there sometimes. But we want to be positive, not negative. We're winners. We play the winner, not the victim. We're never going to play or mimic the victim, because we have all the information from a news and charting perspective to make an educated and informed decision. This isn't my first rodeo. I've been doing this since March of 2021 live here on YouTube, and I have not missed a day since March of 2021. So I will be here every single day no matter what, as long as I'm on this planet. And I'm only 40, so I expect to be here a very long time. So, and the new members, it's up to you to continue this great identity we've created. I cannot even mention it at a more higher level. It's the highest priority if you come into here and you're a new member. You must keep the positivity. You must help encourage others. You must lend a helping hand, and never, ever demean somebody for asking a question, no matter how silly you think it is about XRP or something else. You never know. That might be the last time somebody asked a question in this community, and they'll never try again because somebody ridiculed them. You don't know what state of mind somebody's in, and this ain't a safe space, and I'm going to make you feel like it's not. But it shouldn't be a place where someone is going to feel threatened for asking a question or be demeaned for what they believe. So, when we get the hecklers in here, you need the dark to shine the light. You need the light to overthrow the darkness and to show you who the real dark is. And you need the dark to show you what the real beauty is in the light. Love conquers all. So we're not going to do it in hate. We're going to do it with love. And I like to push the message. I'm very stern, very strict, but also very loving and helpful and giving. So you get all that into one. And last but not least, we're being sponsored by the members of Tom's Army. Oh no, we don't have independent sponsors, because I don't want to go through any of that and have somebody control my station. The members of Tom's Army allow this to be ad-free during the lives themselves. So the fact you're not being interrupted by an ad except for my big mouth is one big ad. Thank the members of Tom's Army, past, present, and future, and anybody who's ever sent a YouTube super chat. If you're watching this on rerun, I apologize, but you're getting an ad because I need my content to be promoted. And if you don't want ads, watch during the live with me and everybody else. It would be a beautiful thing. A beautiful thing. So right now we see this big W reversal that's taken place. I don't even think this tells the story because I believe as of right now, until otherwise, now we've turned this into a layer of support. Can we agree on that? And we've also talked about this cup and handle for a long time. Now, Levi, and I'm so blessed that he sent this. I've been drawing out something similar every day to show everybody, not with his triangle or anything, but with the cup and little handle. And he's put this out for us, for everybody to see in such a regard. And look where he drew it out. Look where it's taken from. We've already come up from here and retook 60 cents. So that's the first layer up, but we've broken out of this handle area now. So that's very important. Now our next test, and this is beautiful because looking at this, it makes me feel like we're getting ready to bounce out now. Like not just out of the handle that we've already come outside of. It makes me feel like we're starting to come up here and we're going to start pushing these upper levels. Now, I do understand that we've got to get past 61.8, and if we take this out farther, this is the long-term cup and handle. There's also the rising channel and falling channel within this as well. I know it sounds confusing, but it's really not. So, we've got the cup and handle. It's been going on for a long time. The rising channel, the first layer we've got to get past, and this is just so you can see this. But the first layer we've got to get past, ladies and gentlemen, 61.8 cents. That's the rising channel resistance that should be acting as support. The resistance on the actual rising channel is 86.2 cents. Then we've got to get above 63 cents approximately, which is the cup and handle resistance. It's now all the way down to 63 cents. Can you believe that? So that's where we're looking. And if we can get over that, we're going to be off to the races here. We've already broken past a 6.5-year resistance, have a massive bull flag and W reversal within a cup and handle. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to tell you if something's bullish or bearish. I'm not a financial advisor, but I'm going to mimic what the market is making me feel. And if I sound overly bullish, it's because every technical indicator known to man right now is ringing in our favor. Just screaming in our favor. And it pains me that I don't have a copy trade open because of the issue yesterday. But I'm going to see before I open the next copy trade if they honor what they said. So we'll see what happens. But who knows? I may even open one later. Who knows? But I want to wait and see what's going on. Hey, little spider friend. Hey, buddy. Come here. There you go. Where'd you go? Hey, where'd you go? You can't... I don't want him to die. Where'd he go? He was on the lighter. Where'd you go? We need our spiders. We don't want him to die. Okay. Hopefully he's okay. I don't see him. I think he jumped down. But XRP right now, being over this, it does lead us to believe that if we can get over it, we're going to have an area before 84 cents, obviously. We'll have a few. 68.5 cents is a big area right now. This is an uptrending resistance. I'd be shocked along with many if it hits $1. Hey, we're not even talking about $1. So many get so shocked when it doesn't hit a number that shouldn't even be talked about yet. $1 is not even on the radar. That's still, I'm not even going to joke around. That's still 40% away. I'm not worried about $1. If we get to $1, we're going way over $1. Because we're going to break down some of this catastrophic resistance. And that would mean that, which we've already checked the box, we would have took out that 2018 resistance. And for anybody who doesn't understand the significance, let's do this real quick. For anybody who's new. Oh yeah, XRP Bitcoin pair is doing beautifully as anticipated. 331 all-time highs, ladies and gentlemen. That's all-time highs. Resistance 1, January of 2018. 10.8 cents support 1. March of 2020. It's also the swing high and low, what we just said of this entire formation. Never got higher, never got lower. Support 2, January 2021, 18.2 cents. Resistance 2, $1.98, April of 21. Support 3, 30.3 cents. And that was January 23. Notice all the Januaries. Resistance 3 confirms the pattern, 74.8 cents, March 24. July 24. Support 4, 40.2 cents. Resistance for July 2024, 58.7 cents. Support 1 of the new breakout, possibly August 2024, 56.4 cents. That could be our new support. And if it is, and that never comes through, that's where it all started. That's where the start of the breakout after 6.5 years finally happened. It took us from January of 2018 to break that downtrending resistance. Inverse head and shoulders as well, absolutely. Plus the 4-hour, not just, hey, my friend, it is a 4-hour golden cross. Oh, but there's a much nicer, and we'll go to this chart so we can see. This chart is just so I can see everything because I rate on all the other ones. Look at this daily time frame, ladies and gentlemen. We also have a golden cross in the daily that is being supported, that golden cross. The 50 and now the 100 to solidify the move and should push us up and out now. The 100 came through the 200, confirming the golden cross now. When you get the 20 cross and the 200, you have a golden cross. You've signaled a further move up when the 50 crosses the 200. You've confirmed that signal when the 100 crosses the 200. This is not even just a short-term trend reversal now. We're confirming a short-term trend reversal. We have a cup and handle and a bull flag set up with a V-shaped recovery. And a bullish Gartley within it. We've talked about this ever since the bottom. Ever since the bottom at 38 cents. And what was the way that I tried to convince my audience to buy who thought it was going to go sub 20? I said, all right. I put $5,000 into the XRP Bitcoin pairing, and I showed it every step of the way and made a lot of money off of it. I believe it was about 35% on that, and then we bought and resold and had it in many different variations. The daily's signaling a reversal right now, at least it was in the XRP Bitcoin pairing. So that's interesting. That's interesting to me, and you know what that makes me feel like? That makes me feel like, yes, XRP is going to rally along with Bitcoin, but this kind of makes me feel like Bitcoin, is this just the start for Bitcoin? Like, are we really about to go up now to that 70K in a heartbeat? I mean, with what I'm just saying, Bitcoin just rotated bullish again in a big way. In a big way. We invalidated that dot cross that was about to happen in a big way. In a big way. We're on top of the 200-day now and the 4-hourly. I mean, this inverse head and shoulders is about to blow up here. If this breaks out, we're coming up here to that in a hurry. In a hurry to 65.5K. That's going to make XRP look fantastic. We've got to get through this 60-cent closure. That's why we're hugging the 60-cent level right now. Psychological levels. If we can close over 60, we could make our next move up. And we're trying. 4-hourly, we've got this reversal here at 58.5 cents. That looks like this is where we're going to continue to push out, and this bull flag's finally going to play out. I'm telling you, if this does this like it's supposed to, 64 cents, it's going to be so quick that everybody's going to blink and they say, what the hell? I thought we were at 60 cents. Now we're at 64. That's going to happen quick if this plays out like it's supposed to. And who knows if it's going to? I can't tell you. You can't tell me. No matter how positive we are, we've got to let it play out. We just have to give ourselves the evidence in front of us. So that's what I think is going to happen. That's what I think is going to happen. If it proves me wrong and invalidates it, there's no shame in setting something up and thinking that's what's going to happen. I'm telling my own truth. If it breaks down, it's not that I'm wrong. And if it breaks up, it's not that I'm right. It filled out a pattern in front of us. That's it. It doesn't make me right or wrong either way. I think a lot of people like to get glorified when they hit on something, but they don't want to have the feeling of remorse if they miss on something. They shouldn't be glorified or have remorse either way. The best I'm trying to do is show you a pattern setup, whether or not the market becomes manipulated or if the sellers outdemand the buyers in this case is to be determined. But what we can do is put ourselves in a position where we're like, holy shit, this is, we're in an A1 spot here. It's in an A1 spot, and the fact it got over 60 cents today was huge for me. It's huge. So we're going to relax because we got a little bit of reading to do here. And make sure to hit that like button. If you're looking to trade XRP in the USA or abroad, or if you want to copy trade me, you should have a lot more trust in HOTCOIN. After what happened yesterday, their solution, and I'll let everybody know after if it works, But if you were affected by what happened, and many of you have already sent me your UID that were part of it, and don't try to lie because I know the difference. I'm very vigilant, and so are they. But they offered me $1,000 trading voucher to rectify the situation. And when you get a trading voucher, you have to basically, the $1,000, if I made $200, you can't take it out of the account, but I could then take the $200 and I'd still have $1,000. If I lost $200, then there'd be $800 left. Any money I made over the top, any dollar that I made outside of the trading voucher would be mine. And you could withdraw it. Instead, I said no, because there were others affected besides myself who were part of the copy trade. I said we need to split it up with everybody who was involved. So my suggestion was to give everybody who was affected through that copy trade, and we made money on it, but we didn't make what we were supposed to because of and I want to get back into it and get mad, but my solution was $100 voucher for everybody in my copy trade group that was affected by this in a copy trade, and they agreed. So I've been sending in the UIDs today. I've had 6 people send it to me so far. If you're not in the copy trade and you try to take advantage of this, you're banned for life. So this is out of my own. So anyhow, that's it. That's the situation. So I don't want to continue this, but BITUNIX and HOTCOIN, you can join the exchanges there. No VPN or KYC. Simply on the page, my home page, click on my Tom's Army, and you can get in right here. And you can even send a Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal through there if you don't want to send through YouTube. And then BLOFIN's down there as well. And we're going to be talking a lot about BLOFIN in the future. I've just been getting familiar, but that's a whole new frontier when it comes to leverage trading and to have control of your own crypto. It's a new up and coming style platform that started last year. So I'm just doing my due diligence before we talk more about that. But anyhow, we need to read this first. The Fed confronts up to 1 million U.S. jobs vanishing in revision. So U.S. job growth in the year through March was likely far less robust than initially estimated, which risks fueling concerns that the Federal Reserve is falling further behind the curve to lower interest rates. Goldman Sachs Group Inc., and it's no surprise, strutrugali@gmail.com, strutrugali@gmail.com, strutrugali@gmail.com. And this also reinforces the fact they're going to lower rates, everybody. That's bullish for crypto if we're back to quantitative easing. That's super bullish. We're going to go into a super cycle with gold and silver and commodities, which is already starting. I'm telling you, we're going to get into a super cycle, and it's already starting beneath everybody's nose. It's just unbelievable. It's about the stock market's probably going to erupt. So Wednesday's the show payroll growth in the year through March was at least 600,000 weaker than currently estimated, about 50,000 a month. While JP Morgan Chase and company forecasts will see a decline of about 360,000, Goldman Sachs indicates it could be as large as 1 million, and I guarantee you that's also not true. You can double or triple that number that they missed the jobs numbers by. Remember how Jerome Powell kept saying the economy's strong, we're creating a lot of jobs, the labor force is strong. It's never been weaker. And they were off by at least 1 million jobs. They lied by at least 1 million, that's all it is. There was 1 million less jobs, and I argue you could double or triple that number than what they acted like they created. You cannot quit your job yet unless you have another source of income. You will never be able to quit your job no matter how wealthy you become unless you have another way to continue to make what you're losing. And that can be through investments if you have the wealth. Some people do. So, but it is all a show indeed. There are a number of caveats in the preliminary figure, but a downward revision to employment of more than 501,000 would be the largest in 15 years and suggests the labor market has been cooling. And they've already said it's 800,000 at least. There's no more if, and perhaps more so than originally thought. The final number are due early next year. Such figures also have the potential of shaping the tone of the Fed Chair's Jerome Powell speech at the week's end in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. Investors are trying to gain insight as to when and how much the central bank will start lowering interest rates as inflation. My prediction, minimum 50 basis point rate cut in September. I believe it's probably going to be 75 in September and maybe another 75 before the end of the year. So if you just bought a house, if you just signed a fixed rate mortgage, you just got bent over the railing and you are going to be pissed. If you signed it at 5 1/4, And now you see it at 4.5, 4 and oh man, and you're gonna see it even. Oh boy, we're gonna get a meltdown like nobody even sees coming. I may be good at crypto, but it's not what allowed me to get away from work. You got to get good with precious metals and commodities to understand that whole thing. You've got to have dividends being paid to you every quarter. You've got to, in one way or the other, just so you can be in. Anyhow, so let's see. A large negative revision would indicate that the strength of hiring was already fading before this past April. Wells Fargo economists Sarah House and Aubrey Rosner said in a note last week that would make risk to the full employment side of the Fed's dual mandate more salient and amid widespread softening in other labor market data. Once a year, the BLS benchmarks the March payrolls level to a more accurate but less timely data source called the Quarterly Census of Employment and Wages, which is based on state unemployment insurance tax records and covers nearly all U.S. jobs. The release of the latest QCEW report in June already hinted at a weaker payroll gains last year. As it stands now, the BLS data show the economy added 2.9 million jobs in 12 months through March 24. I guarantee you, when that comes out, it's going to be down below 1.9 million when that comes out early next year. They fudged this number so bad, it's embarrassing. That's all I'm reading about that, because I honestly have no ambition of talking anymore about the Fed because they're scumbags. But that's just what you need to know. So don't trust when they come out with the minutes, the Fed minutes and all that. Make an educated and informed decision. Everybody told you not to buy gold. Everybody. I was the only one on YouTube for a long time, at least in the crypto space, in 21 and 22, especially when we got to October with that big dump. Turn your profits into gold. We got a multi-year bear market. Hello. Now we're at 2,500, and now nobody's still talking about it. Everybody still tells you it's trash, and cryptos or Bitcoin's the new store of value. The next time somebody tells me Bitcoin's the new store of value, I mean, it makes me sick to my stomach. This is the only thing I wanted to read about XRP, and then we get into my favorite part. And you should not leave before this, and some of you might, but you should not leave. We'll go over the crypto fear and greed index, and then we'll also go over the actual indicators that will show us on TradingView. It tells you everything you need to know to shape a decision based on our charts, and then also the analytics. So XRP price prediction, this 100 million XRP signal could drive price to 65 cents. XRP price reached a 10-day peak of 62 cents on August 20th, 2024. On-chain data reveals that XRP traders are increasingly shifting towards long-term savings following Ripple's favorable ruling against the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. In the past 2 weeks, XRP has outperformed major assets like Bitcoin and Ethereum. The recent ruling is in favor of Ripple, and its ongoing lawsuit against the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission remains a significant bullish catalyst. This lenient $125 million fine bolstered investor confidence, fueling a continued uptrend in XRP's price over the last 3 weeks. The XRP USD daily chart above illustrates how XRP's price surged from 43 cents on April 5th to 61.5 cents on August 20th. This 42.2% increase coincided directly with the favorable ruling delivered on August 6th. The consistent price appreciation reflects the shift in investor sentiment as the end of the lawsuit that began in 2020 has encouraged more long-term investment in XRP. Hey, what's going on, Matt? And thank you for being in Tom's Army for your first month with the emoji badge of me being abducted by aliens. That face, my face is superimposed on that emoji badge. Oh, I kid you not, as sure as the seat I sit in front of you on. I'm pretty sure it's a seat unless I'm in the Matrix, which well, who knows? Under the lawsuit that began in 2020 has encouraged more long-term investments in XRP. The bullish momentum continues to drive XRP's market value, showcasing a decisive change in investor behavior. XRP traders shift 100 million XRP worth 60 million into long-term storage. That's what we like to see. Today was great for trading. I agree, Matt. Had a great day. My son had a up and down day at physical therapy, but he made it through. There's always going to be the bumps in the road, but he did a fantastic job. He did what he was supposed to. A little, a little fussing because he does, we don't always want to do what we have to, and he's only 5, nonverbal, so it's tough. But he did what he needed to do, so I'm a very happy dad. The ruling has triggered notable bullish changes in investor behavior. On-chain data indicates a significant uptick in the number of investors adding XRP to their long-term savings portfolios. This shift is evident in the declining exchange reserves as investors move their XRP holdings into cold storage. That's good to see. Whenever you see investors, institutions, Ripple, anybody is moving their XRP from an exchange into a wallet, they're taking it for appreciation. Whenever you see them take it from a wallet and put it on the exchange, they're looking to sell it. Yes, indeed, Matt. Little steps indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Crypto Quant's exchange reserves chart shows the total number of assets held in exchange wallets. Historically, a reduction in exchange reserve signals that investors are increasingly leaning toward long-term savings. That's a pretty big surge. It's a pretty big surge here. So I like seeing more and more people looking to hold it a little bit longer. Maybe that'll help us surge. At the beginning of August, investors held a total of 3.1 billion XRP coins in short-term trading wallets on exchanges. And Tanya, I did see your comment earlier. You said, I've lost some weight, or I'm skinnier than I was in the beginning, which is true. And I'm glad that you said that, because it makes me happy every time somebody says that. But I am much hairier than I was because I haven't been able to cut my hair. And we're going on 14 months in September since I cut my hair now, and my goatee hasn't been trimmed in so long either. Because I said I wouldn't cut my hair until we had all-time highs, or at least until we hit $1. And that was almost 14 months ago in a few days. Can you believe this? I want to be so hairy, I could have actually won the role of for Harry and the Henderson. Or Harry Henderson, or however the hell it was. At the beginning of August, investors held, and that's not a joke, look how long my hair is. It's the longest it's ever been. I never went one whole calendar year without cutting my hair in 40 years. And now I did. At the beginning of August, investors held a total of 3.1 billion XRP coins in short-term trading wallets on exchanges. However, following the ruling, large quantities of XRP have been transferred to long-term storage, significantly contributing to the 42% price rally over the past 3 weeks. Harry and the Henderson, yes, that's it. As of August 21st, exchange reserves have dropped to 3.01 billion XRP, indicating that over 100 million XRP have been moved to cold wallets in August 2024 alone. That's interesting. We read that before, but I love reading it again. Valued at 61 cents per coin. I wish. It's only about 60. Where's it at right now? I mean, I don't wish. I think we're going to find our way up there very quickly. We're still fighting for that close at 60 cents. This is what I want to see. So I said I think we're going to squeeze this level until after 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the close. I'd like to see us close over 60 cents. I won't hold any bones about it. This suggests that traders have withdrawn over 60 million worth of XRP from the short-term market supply. This decline in exchange reserves is a bullish indicator, as it reflects growing investor confidence in XRP's long-term potential. If this trend persists, XRP could be poised for further upside as broader market sentiment improves. So XRP price forecast 65 cent target now in focus. I agree, because this cup and handle brings us close to that level. The technical indicator suggests that XRP is on track to test the 65 cent resistance level in the near future. The Bollinger Bands indicate that XRP is trading near the upper band, suggesting potential upside momentum. Meanwhile, the parabolic SAR is trending below the current price, further signaling bullish conditions. Oh boy, is that for real? I didn't know that. But I always show more information than just what I do on my charts. I will get you so much information during these lives that you're going to wonder how you ever lived without them. I watch these and I'm like, man, I hope the next one's this good. But yeah, that's what we're looking at now. We're looking very progressive here finally. However, traders should remain cautious if a potential pullback of XRP fails to break the 65 cent resistance. Immediate support lies at 58 with stronger support at 55. If XRP breaks above 65 cents, it could pave the way for a move towards 70 cents. while a failure to maintain current levels could see a retest of 58 cents. Overall, with strong bullish signals and decreasing exchange reserves, XRP appears well positioned for a continued rally. However, traders should monitor key resistance levels closely as XRP navigates its next price targets. And luckily for you, that's what I live on, resistance and support. Right now, I mean, this is fantastic news. The crypto fear and greed index is still in fear at 26. That's what I keep saying. There's so much fear in the market right now. It's unbelievable. At what point is somebody going to be punched in the face and wake up? Bitcoin just arose from 48 to 61K. What the hell is going on with everybody? Everybody's more scared now than they were when it was at 70K. There were more people fearful in the market in extreme fear at 48 than the people that were adamant that it was going to 100K at 70. I mean, I just don't understand. It's fear, you buy. It's greed, you sell. If you know nothing about the market, in fear, you consolidate your alt. In greed, you sell if you think it's going to break back down and you're only basing it on the market sentiment. Last month, greed, 70, market, higher. What happened? Consolidated, fell off the cliff about, 30% in totality across the board. Only to now come back up to those levels and then some on most. XRP is on the verge of having a first 6.58% push up. But then, if it can overtake that 64-cent level, or the cup and handle, we're talking much bigger things. And yeah, I'm going to hear, oh, look at XRP, can't even hold 60, or it barely can even stay at it. We hear it all, ladies and gentlemen. We hear it all. So what we're going to do now, for the 120 of you who have made it through all of this, in my opinion, outside of my own analysis and what we talk about, this is the most important non-biased structure we get in the entire live. In the entirety of it, besides the fear and greed index, this is so non-biased, nobody can argue. So, right now, the last few days, remember it was in buy. Now it's in strong buy. It's in strong buy right now. Just on the surface, and we'll go in even deeper, but right now, the last week, we're up 4%. The last month, it's up 0.25%. The last 3 months, we're up 13.94%, but it doesn't move. The last 6 months, we're up 11.04%. Year to date, we're down 2.39%, so it always matters if you buy in the right spot. In the last 1 year, we're up 14.5%. We're in a strong buy. I haven't seen that in ages. Ages. Daily says strong buy. Weekly says buy. Monthly says buy. 4 hourly says buy. We're all converging now. The oscillators are the one that screws everybody. Never pay attention to that. Always put a lot more stock into the moving average. I promise you. It'll serve you well. So, the oscillators say 2 sell, 9 neutral, 0 buy. Moving averages 14 buys, 1 neutral, 0 sells on the 4 hourly. That's pretty strong. And that comes out to a 14 buy, 10 neutral, 2 sell. And a buy, but a strong buy with the moving averages. We'll get into all of the beautiful stuff in the middle, but first, because so many in my audience like the Fibonacci, and I never talk about it because I don't like the Fibonacci, because I believe it's a cheap way of doing technical analysis unless you put it together with what you know, because it'll hinder what you can do, I promise you. You got to learn freehand too. It's like the artist. Sure, you can use the drawing programs, but you'll never be as good as somebody who can freehand. It's just the way it goes. 53.09 cents right now is support 3. Support 2 is 54.4. Support 1's 55.25. Pivot point was 56.5, bounced off it. Retook resistance 1 at 57.9. Retook after a hold at resistance 2 at 58.75. And we're currently trying to flip the most important level on the Fibonacci chart right now at 60.09 cents, which is, we'll call it 60 cents. And if we flip that, we're off to the races. And you're going to see, remember a few days ago when we went through the moving averages and there was a bunch of sells and it showed us exactly where to buy? This is like a I'm not even going to tell you this is like a cheat sheet or the holy grail of trading, but this is what a lot of people you watch on YouTube, and there's 131 people here, listen to me carefully. If somebody's telling you to buy an indicator, a trading bot that will tell you when to buy and sell, all they're doing is packaging these up and selling it off as their own unique indicator. Haven't you ever gone, buy my sniper, buy this, buy that, buy my, I don't know, I always hear about algo sniper, buy algo sniper, do this. Guys, you can do it yourself without paying some phony guy hundreds of dollars a month, or don't do it. I'm here for a reason explaining this for free. This is all they do in packages up in an indicator that will take the end analytics of all this. So you see how this says buy everywhere? So then in the 4 hourly, their indicator will flash a buy. The daily will flash a buy or sell based on all of this put into one. This is all they're doing. They're not even doing any. Anyhow, let's continue. Oscillators. Relative strength index 14, neutral. Stochastic 14.33, neutral. Commodity channel index 20, neutral. Average directional index 14, neutral. Awesome oscillator, neutral. Gabriel says, you are a true master, Tom. Free-handing is the shit. Yes, it is, Gabriel. I agree. You're the human indicator. It's your superpower. Me too. I get a gut feeling and I can feel it. And I can also see patterns before they're formed. Not just in charts, but in everyday workings. And I always equate it to this older gentleman that I talked to. And somebody all ran to look at something that was happening. And I remember walking by him. And I never really ran with the crowd. I was always afraid. So I'd always sit back to kind of see if something bad was going to happen. And he just said, now, they're all going to blame somebody for why this happened. But do you know why this action, why they, he said, they're all going to come to a conclusion based on what they just seen. Something like that. But do you know how we got here? So basically he was telling me you have to rewind and basically backtrack, or, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? But you have to break it all down to put it back up. So just because you see, let's say you see somebody punch somebody in the face, and that's the only 3 seconds you see on a clip. Well, sure, that person's guilty, but maybe what just happened is this person pulled a knife on him and they were holding him to the wall. They fought him off and punched him and were fighting for it. So you don't know. You have to break it back down to see. So you want to know how we got to where we got to. So you need to get all the evidence to get to the end result. So you want to know what happened. You don't just want to take somebody's word for how we got there. You want to have the evidence in front of you, put it back together. So you're basically back engineering something, is what I was trying to say. If you're doing it in a, you know, in a technological term. Anyhow, continuing on. Stochastic, or the moving average, no. Momentum 10, sell. Moving average convergence divergence 1226, sell. Stochastic RSI fast 3314, neutral. Williams percentage range 14, neutral. Bull bear power, neutral. Ultima oscillator 71428, neutral. Now to my favorite part, the moving averages. And this is in the 4 hour time frame, and this will tell you a pure indicator of every level that's bullish right now. And it's pretty interesting that every single one of them is a buy, according to what I'm seeing. That hasn't happened before. Not since we've been doing it like this. This is the first time. Exponential moving average 10. Buy at 59.75 cents. So that means if the price goes into these areas, it's suggesting a buy. Simple moving average 10. Buy at 59.8 cents. EMA average 20. So EMA 20. Buy 59.23 cents. Simple moving average 20. Buy 59.2 cents. Exponential moving average 30. Buy 58.8 cents. Simple moving average 30. Buy at 58.38 cents. Exponential moving average 50. This is unbelievable that they're all buys. I can't ever remember the last time they all said buy. Holy crap. I remember talking about the Hall moving average. When it flipped to a buy yesterday, I said, that's huge. Every single day, that's the only one that was telling us to sell, because that's a big one. Wow. I'm actually blown away. Exponential moving average 50, buy 58.27 cents. Simple moving average 50, buy at 57.8 cents. These levels were all bought up in these exact levels. Exponential moving average 100, buy at 57.7. Simple moving average 100, buy at 56.9. Exponential moving average 200, buy at 56.7. Simple moving average 200, buy at 58.1. Ichimoku baseline 926.52.26 neutral at 58.8. Huge support level. Volume weighted moving average 20 buy at 59.4. And it's suggesting right now the Hall moving average 9. It's suggesting at 59.9 cents it's a buy right now. That's unbelievable because every day around 60 cents it was signaling a sell until yesterday it went to neutral. Or 2 days ago it went to neutral. Now all of a sudden today it's at buy. This is incredible. That means that means 60 cents is we could be moments away from 60 cents flipping to support again. RLUSD just minted its first treasury an hour ago. If we didn't have bullish circumstances piling up, this is unbelievable. Guys and gals, it's like I said a few days ago. I haven't had this feeling since 2021 prior to that huge breakout in April of 21. I was talking in March saying, guys, I don't care where it goes, you have to buy. Don't care, you got to buy it until it breaks. And we were buying it anywhere from 38 cents all the way up to, I believe, 72 cents was our highest purchase. We had a 47-cent average. And within 3 weeks, at one point, a 3-week stretch, XRP went up. And actually a 12-day stretch, if you want me to be honest. XRP went up from like about 50-cent level to $1.98 or 60. It was unbelievable. And now here we are again. Waited several years to get back to this point. Do we really think XRP is going to give it all back right away? Is XRP going to continue to be outshined by every other altcoin known to man? Is XRP finally, after 6.5 years, going to find its balls and gain some testicular fortitude here? And can the community hold on for dear life long enough? These are the questions we ask ourselves. It's not often I don't say anything, but just for the importance of the moments, we're going to have a 30-second moment of silence for negative XRP bear market. Okay. And that doesn't mean the bear market's over. But what it means is historically, this isn't just a crypto thing, so I don't think it is. Casey, you don't know how much I'd love to hang out with so many of you. So I keep saying when XRP does what it's going to, anybody who's been along for the entire journey, or at least long enough to know what's going on, when we get to that final destination, we're going to have a big party on the Great Lakes. I don't know which one, but it's going to be one of the Great Lakes. And we are all going to get together, and we're going to take the entire fucking lake. And we'll take the canal. We'll rent the greatest area on the... it's going to be fantastic. And my goal when this happens, because by then my son will be older, by the end game, my goal then, assuming that things are in any way functionable, because I don't think they will be with the real ID for me to go country to country. But once we get there, I would like to have a tour. Like, I have a huge following in the UK. I would love to go to the UK. I have a huge following in Australia, Japan, China, India, Africa, Brazil. On Facebook, I'm so proud of this. We just went over 4,100 followers on Facebook. And all I do is share my content that I put on YouTube. And I just started doing it not too long ago. And my biggest following is in Brazil. There's 2,700 people that follow me from Brazil alone. And I'm like, thank you guys. You're making me go viral on there. But I think it's going to be incredible what's going to happen. But it's not going to be without a long bit of endurance. It's not going to be easy. Never is. It never is. Yes, doesn't matter which one we doing it, bro. Yes, indeed, Matt. We sure are. We sure are. Richard, Unite the Great Lakes, repping Lake Ontario and Lake Erie. Excellent, Richard. Hey, I'm not too far from you, and where I'm at in the great state of Michigan, and honestly, I'm only about 30 minutes or so, 25 minutes from the casinos. Like, I would love one day to go downtown, for anybody who's around downtown, and just be like, hey, I'm going to go downtown. I'm going to be at, let's see, Greektown Casino. Come hang out with me downtown. We'll go play the slots or something, have a drink or whatever. Have a good old time. You know, me and Julie are known to go down there. So, it's, it'd be cool. It would be cool. You drive from Minnesota. Excellent. That's what I like to hear. Now, hopefully that's Minnesota. But how much I'm always wrong when somebody tries to tell me where they're from. Now you'll be like, oh, it's actually Montana. I'm like, God damn it, Montana. I did it with Cape Cod Kyle. I was so certain he was from Cape Cod, Florida. And he's like, I don't mean to correct you, XRP Future Millionaire, but it's Cape Cod, Massachusetts. And, yeah. So, let's see, though. I'm interested. We got about 36 minutes here until the daily close. But that's all the stuff I think about. That's all the stuff I think about. And I just think my lucky stars that I am only 40 right now. And to me, you know, I'm blessed every year because my grandpa now is 89. He'll be 90 in November. Looking at it in those terms, if I lived at least 89, I still have 49 years ahead of me. Can you live off of what you're doing for 49 years? I go everywhere XRP and post about you. I love it. Thank you, Pump Master Flash. Yeah, I need it. I need it so we don't get hemorrhaged here. We'll get hemorrhaged because look, now people are going to say, oh, XRP couldn't even hold 60 cents. This pile of shit. Oh, I told you, Tom, that cup in hand wasn't going to play out. I knew it. It's a cash grab. Ripple's a pile of schemesters. They're a pile of con art and coniacal pieces of shit. All they're doing is trying to take away from the retail investor. Look at that. Ripple dumps another 75 million without us even realizing it. You know, that's what's going to end up, people are going to say. I love it. I love it. I don't know what happened, but I became my actual more real self here the last like month and a half. I'm not sure what happened, but I really like it. Yes, Julie. Oh man, it's funny. Oh yeah, Ireland, Tanya, definitely Ireland. And then we'll go to Sweden. A lot of different places. Oh, I have to go to Canada, eh? A world tour if we're allowed when XRP does what it needs to do. I think it'd be fun. Oh, Australia, I would definitely go there. Go to the Outback. I got a Mr. Anthony Carter I got to go meet there for Mother's Second Choice. So I'll absolutely be in Australia. They said, is Julie coming? Julie, would you be coming? Julie said she won't be going to the spooky bugs. Would you be going to the Great Lakes if we had a party? Yeah. Julie would go to the Great Lakes.
I would go across the pond.
She'd go across the pond. But she's not going to the Outback, apparently.
I don't want to eat my spooky butt.
I can meet up my next trip. I'm close. I like this. I'm on Gold Coast. But, oh, I got to read that. Just the fact it's the Gold Coast means, but I have so much ambition. But see, ambition in life can only be founded with hard work prior to. Most of the time when we see somebody successful, we're seeing them after the fact. And I used to spout this in 21. And now in 24, I make no bones about it. I am in a much better position in 24 than in 21. For God's sake, I was still running the place I was living at. Now I outright own it with, well, you can put that in the words, but I don't have a mortgage anymore, so you can put that in perspective. But just by staying true to what I know and not listening to everybody else and going against pretty much all market directional advice, what we've been doing here since 21 is a continuation of what I started in 2018. And I made the proposition, I do it over and over, and I'll do it again. The only difference between me and watching a millionaire is me and watching a millionaire is the fact I'm showing you me get there in real time. I'm showing you me get there in real time. Now, I don't know when the exact moment's going to be. I know I'm becoming very asset rich. I'm not cash rich because I don't believe in the US dollar. So I do everything I can to avoid it. Right now I have over $7,200 of liquid cash in B2 gold. That's up 19 point whatever percent. But that goes with understanding the market cycle. Not everybody can do that. Some people would be down 19% right now. See, that's the problem. But there's something to be said with when you have wisdom and you're willing to share it for nothing. After all, I don't charge a single dime for anything you're actually watching. The only reason I make a cent, one, is because YouTube will advertise my content now and they'll show a stupid ad that everybody has to watch, which I forego, which would be my biggest revenue that I can receive with ads is during my live. It's the biggest I can get in real time because they can show ads in real time. That's the biggest bonus they'll pay me. I forego that so you don't have to watch the live ads because of members of Tom's Army. So if there's any other reason besides that you want to pay it forward for that reason alone and join Tom's Army. You know, if you appreciate the time I put in or if you appreciate the service offered, consider sending a YouTube super chat one time per month. It's a simple ask. You can even send a Cash App, PayPal, or Venmo. I made it very easy for everybody. If you don't want to donate through YouTube, I get questioned all the time. So go to YouTube, my channel. It's very simple. It's very, very simple. It's very simple. Because if you want to trade XRP in the USA, take advantage of it before it's too late, before the prices are exorbitant. We just had the conversation, should I buy XRP below 60 cents? Remember on Saturday, and I never advise it, but I talked about it when it was at 56, 57 cents to start the weekend when it had that drop. Because we could see this happening. We could see this turnaround coming. But if you want to trade XRP, I suggest and highly encourage now even more, BITUNIX A1. And it always has been. BITUNIX is my A1 for a reason. And they have the lowest spot leverage trading fees in the USA. And you don't need a KYC or VPN, period. Unless you send or receive from a bank account, which you're going to want to use it. You can click on BITUNIX there. And you've seen how I did that. All you have to do is click on Tom's Army, click on my picture, and then you'll get to this page. Actually, I'll go back one so you can see. But just go to my channel. And then it's just on my homepage and click the BITUNIX. It says +5 links. Then you can get the BITUNIX. Now, if you want to copy trade me, you click on HOTCOIN and you can download from there. The beauty about HOTCOIN is when we had an issue now, they're offering to rectify the issue. And some of you know what I'm talking about. But we were hit with an issue yesterday where we should have made, and I'm not joking, and some of you are going to be mad as I am, we should have made, if things were how they should have been, at least 24, 25% today from last night. But because there was an exchange problem, and they were updating the exchange, which is what it comes down to, and that's why the differential were happening. So it was updating, we were getting old and new different trading prices, not in real time, so we were being delayed. And they offered now, anybody who was affected by it in my community, and this is only if you copy trade me, so don't try to beat the system because it's not going to happen. So I already got some of you who have sent it, but they're giving each person who was affected, so we would have made about $24 a person on a $100 trade. They're going to give us each a $100 future trading bonus. It didn't start like that. I negotiated. They were going to give me a $1,000 futures trading bonus for the inconvenience, which meant I could have traded the futures bonus. And then every time I made money, I could have sold out until I exhausted it to zero. And you have 30 days to use it. And then it goes away. I said no. Everybody who was in the copy trade was involved. Yes, I lost the most. But I said everybody, we should split it up. And they said, fine. We can give every person affected $100 in futures trading bonus, which means it would be the same stipulation as I just said. I would get 100, you would get 100, and everybody affected. So that is how we did it. You have to send me an email. No, this happened before today. I'm telling you, it happened yesterday. It was yesterday. strutrugali@gmail.com. strutrugali@gmail.com. So if you were somebody in that copy trade, and we know who you are, yesterday, okay, thank you for telling me. If you're in that copy trade, send that to my email, and 6 people already have. 6 people already have. And Alice is absolutely wonderful. She's absolutely wonderful. And she's the person I work with. And it's the only reason I like HOTCOIN. I mean, I love it more because of the exchange itself. But what she's done for this community. So you're going to get a $100 futures trading bonus for the oops. I couldn't believe it when they told me this morning that they agreed to this. I was actually rather surprised when they offered me $1,000 almost as hush money. But then I said, that's not good enough for me. See, that's why you have to trust in people who will have your best interest at heart. And I don't care if anybody believes me or not. They don't need to. I know what I'm saying is true, and you'll see in the future. You know, I could have took the easy way out with money. I'm certainly not going to do it over a $1,000 futures trading bonus. I could turn the $100 into $1,000 with the way I trade anyhow. What the hell does that matter? You know, the futures bonus. But it's all for one and one for all. That's what you have to have, a community mindset. I'm not talking about in just our community. Your everyday life, you're supposed to be a giver, not a receiver. And then you also receive a lot by being a giver. Like in this instance, Brian says the person reading this is awesome. How can we find the Ripple? Whoops, I got to see that. But anyhow, this will be, so send me that. And there was 19 people on my copy trade at the time. So if you're not one of the 19 people, I'll never let you copy trade me. I'll always remove you if you lie to me right now, because I won't be able to trust you, and it would be unfortunate, because I do a lot of things. I stuck my neck out, and I was pissed yesterday, and I even did an update. I even told HOTCOIN, I'm done. I'll never promote this exchange again, and I don't get anything out of the exchange. You sign up through my link, and it gives me pull. Yeah, the more people who copy trade me and the more money we make, sure, I can make money off it, but I got to make money to make money. So, and I didn't set it so that I would take any of your profits. See, I could have set it even in the copy trade. I could have took up to 20% of your money. And I know some of you have copy traded and can understand this. When you make a trade on copy trade, I have the ability to make a setting change. I can change it to up to 20%. That means if we make a $100 trade and you make 10%, you make $10. I could take up to $2 and then you would get 8. And you'd be like, well, where's the other 2? That would be like a processing fee to me for my efforts. I don't do that. I put it to 0. Because if I'm doing it, you guys are just adding on to what I'm trading anyhow. So it'll help me out one way or the other if I'm doing good. One, it'll get you guys to sign up and we can get leverage and get shit like this. So continuing with HOTCOIN, because I'm sure people are leaving, but this is what you need to know. And Brian, thank you for the $5. Says, how do we find out about Ripple verdict in real time when the SEC? And thank you for the $5 donation. We just got to follow the channels. I'll follow it in real time. I'll find it. I'll find it when something happens, I promise you. So, and right now with HOTCOIN, we got to get back to it. 20% cash back on your net deposit to futures account, up to $1,200 in the futures bonus. So if you have money on the exchange, if you do this and you clicked on my link from August 20th to September 5th, 2024, or if you're a new sign up, if you put $100 in your futures trading account and you trade one time in USDT, you get $20. If you put $500 in USDT and have a futures trading total of $20,000, sounds like a lot, but it's not. $500 at 10x trades $5,000. When we do $100 at 10x trades $1,000 every time. Every time I buy and sell, that's $1,000. If I reopen it, now I've done $2,000 and so on. $1,000, you get $50,000. If you deposit $50,000, I mean $10,000 or $1,000 USDT in the futures account, and then you trade $50,000 between August 20th and September 5th. This is all you have. After September 5th, it expires. And if you've had $50,000 in USDT traded, you'll get $210 futures trading voucher after this is over. If you do $5,000, if you put it into your futures trading account and you do $200,000 in volume, it sounds a lot in USDT, but a $5,000 10x trade is $50,000. That's 4 trades. You get $1,200 futures trading voucher. And you can't cash that out. The futures trading voucher is just that. It's a trading voucher. But any money you make over the top is yours. And let's say you lose, it's at $1,200, you make a $300 loss. Now it has $900 left on it. Then you make $400, still has $900 left on it, but you get to take $400 out. You see what I'm saying? And then it's got 30 days until it expires, or whatever their stipulation is. It might have 7, it might have 30, it might have, I don't know what it's going to be. We have to read it at the end. Normally it's 30. So that's a unbelievable thing to take advantage of. And I'm going to take my time to explain these things because I want to make money on money I'm already using. So I'm going to share everything I know. So that's that, everybody. I'm going to release this. Julie's feeding our son, so I got to go join her. He's got a G-tube. We're looking to see if XRP can stay over 60 cents. We're right on the border. We're right there. So it won't send me an email verification. Huh. I'm not sure why that is. I don't know why that is, honestly. I'm not a whiz when it comes to, I'm not a tech when it comes to the Gmail or email stuff. But keep trying. I guess it could be overwhelmed. I don't know. But I gotta go, everybody. I gotta go help Julie. I got a signal.